Hi there, it's Natasha and thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to be creating a really simple dimensional background. So I'm going to start off, I've got my card base and then I've got this kind of darker grey, this is going to be a card layer and it's about 1/8 of an inch smaller all round. And then I have a piece of 80-pound Nina Solar White, which is again about another 1/8 of an inch. So all told, the little white piece in the middle is about 4 by 5 1/4 inches. Now these are a couple of dies that I recently got from the KS Craft Lovers store on AliExpress, and both of these come in the same pack, and I love these dies because there is 4 of them on one run through of your die cutting machine. So I have run through, I'm just going to use the little one for this one, and you can see that there's kind of a left pointing leaf and kind of a right pointing foliage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 of these and layer them all up on top of each other. Now this really doesn't take that long at all, and it is super simple. It's a very kind of mindless activity. It only took me a few minutes to put all of them together and not too many run throughs of my die cutting machine, which was my favorite thing. So I've layered them all up using my liquid glue. This is the Ranger Multi-Medium in the matte finish. And then I've got all of these little dimensional elements that I can put on my background. So this is so incredibly simple. I'm going for a white on white look, and I do want it to be the focal point of the card, so the rest of the card is going to be kept nice and simple, but you can see that they have some gorgeous detailing on them that is left from the die, so I really love that part of it too. And all I'm going to do is roughly set these out on my page, not be too fussy, and then glue them down with the same glue that I used before. These glue bottles come from AliExpress. You guys have seen me use them if you've watched my videos at all, and I really love these bottles. They are so easy and you don't have to squeeze them hard. It does make life a lot easier. And I'm just popping down this foliage. I mean, you could do this with anything at all. It doesn't have to be the leaves or anything. You could use flowers, you could use shapes, squares, triangles, rectangles, use anything to create a nice, simple, dimensional background. And you'll see in the finished product just how effective this is at kind of bringing forward a good lot of texture to your card. So here I'm just cutting off some pieces and making it look like it's a continuous pattern that comes off my card. I pre-cut some of them before I stuck them down, but also you can see up the top there, it's easy enough to cut them off after you have glued them down as well. It's neither here nor there which way you decide to go. And there's my background finished. As I said, super simple, but it looks really effective in the end. Then I have this little trio of flower dies, and I cut them out of some light grey cardstock, and I can't help but think that would be a fun stencil as well. But I'm just going to use a couple of inks from scrapbook.com. I have the 4 in the grey set, and I'm going to use the Rainy Day and the Charcoal. So this is number 2 and number 3 in their set. And I'm just going to use a finger dauber. The finger dauber and storage case are all from AliExpress. I love my finger daubers. I've been using them so much recently. And I'm just going to add a little bit to the edge of the petals of these flowers. As I said, the rest of the card is going to be put together quite nice and quickly. I want the attention to be on the background because that is a beautiful part of the card, as well as the rest of it as well. I'm just going to put them together using, again, a little bit of liquid glue. I find this holds really nice and strong. This is a really strong adhesive, and it dries clear, and there's no shiny parts or anything like that if it does squirt out the side a little bit. So that is one of the reasons why this is my favorite glue. And I just buy it in the jars and then use a syringe to pop it into my little glue bottle. I've got a video on that on my channel as well if you're interested. And then once I've put all these little flowers together, the grey faded back quite a lot, and so that's why I'm going back and using the next darker one, the number 3, in just to give it a little more definition. And I'm also kind of picking up the leaves a little bit more, the petals, sorry, to give them a little bit more dimension and help them stand out. And you can see when I put them down side by side, the one that's completely flat, the one that is grey but has been picked up a little bit, and then the one that I've done the dark grey on really kind of looks a lot more finished, I think. So I'm going to quickly zoom through this with the magic of editing. You guys don't have to sit and watch all of it. I've got 5 here, but I end up using 6. I created another one off camera as well. I have this die set here from Avriel, and this is the sentimental die. There's about 5 or so dies in here. This is a really old set. I'll link it if I can, and I'm going to use the congratulations die just on some of that dark grey cardstock, and I popped some Stick It double-sided adhesive on the back of it so it makes it nice and easy that I can just peel it off, stick it down to a white piece of Nina Solar White, and then I'm going to put that white piece on top of the grey bit just so that it creates a nice little border so it stands off my background a little bit better. And again, I think you could use lots of colour combinations. I've just gone with a simple grey and white one today, but you could use anything which would go together nicely and really make this dimensional background stand out really well. I'm just putting a layering piece of that grey cardstock, and then I'm going to use the same liquid adhesive to pop down my dimensional background on top of that. And again, that little grey layer just really helps it pop off the card a little bit more, and I do like a good border on my cards. So look how gorgeous this background looks. I kind of just wanted to leave it like this. I really liked looking at it, but I'm going to go ahead and finish off the card. I am chopping off the little end bit so that it fits neatly on my card across there. And then I'm keeping this so simple by popping the flowers, just 3 in each corner. And again, you could add bigger flowers and less of them or more of them. There's lots of ways that you could go with this card, but as I said, I wanted to keep as much of the background visible as I possibly could. So that's my card for today. I'm going to add some little centers with these enamel dots. These are from AliExpress as well. I'm going to pop these in, and that will finish off the flowers, and that finishes off the whole card. Thank you so much for watching today. I really hope that you guys give this one a go because it gives a really gorgeous effect in real life. Let me know how you get on in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.